Goeienaand en welkom nog een keer Kwarantynwyn in die tuin, saam met Elaine. For tonight, after a lovely little visit and wine tasting yesterday at Open Wine, we bumped into Sebastian Beaumont from Beaumont Wine Estate, and tonight we are having his 2020 Chenin Blanc. Now, for those of you who don't know where Beaumont is situated in Botrivier, so basically, once again, falls basically under the Cape South Coast, through Somerset West, over Soloris Pass, Elgin, Grabo, and you basically you miss the turn-off for Hermanus, and the next turn-off is Botrivier. Botrivier, famous for a really old hotel that's there where you can have a nice dirty drink in the bar.
Do yourself a favor, guys. Really, we went there for a long weekend /
It was a party.
vibe.
It was a party.
And it was super cool. And you can go and you can taste the Beaumont wines. You can go have really cool pizza at their local place.
Yeah, the shunting shed there by the railway line.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I reckon like Botrivier
is still there. Well, somebody else would have bought shunting shed by now. It's always going to be there.
Okay,
hopefully.
just go because it's super cool. You get to know the locals. You get to taste the really good wine, and it's just an awesome getaway.
Yeah, it's this little tiny spot. It almost feels like it's sort of wine country, but it looks like they grow wheat more than anything else. It's not as wet as what Elgin or Grabo might be. It's not as wet as Hermanus or Stellenbosch. For instance, now in January or early Feb, when Stellenbosch and Hermanus had like 50 millimeters of rain, Beaumont had like 15. So they were still absolutely fine during harvest and that. But now Sebastian Beaumont was born on the farm. Basically, his parents, Rahul and Jane, bought the farm in 1974. At that time, the farm was called Compagnie's Drift, and later it had a name change to Beaumont, which is the family name. And since 1999, Sebastian's actually been involved in the winemaking on the farm itself.
What a cool guy, okay?
Definitely.
I have so much love for him, I really do. He is just so down to earth, and so he's the kind of guy that takes like, you know, the classical way of winemaking seriously, but he has a really good modern feel as well.
That is very true. But he's like that surf winemaker generation. He also loves a good surf and a bit of fishing. Now it's 1999, he started working on the farm in the wine business itself, first as viticulturist and later in the cellar as well. At that time, 1999 till about 2003, Niels Verburg, who now owns Luddite Wine Estate just around the corner from there, was the winemaker there. So from 2003, Sebastian took the helm looking after the wines. They also had a bit of a brand refresh a few years back. I think when Sebastian and his wife Nikki took over control of the farm, I think it's around about 2008, Sebastian, you can correct me on that. They had a bit of a brand refresh, cleaned up the labels, and but he's already since early 2000s been starting making some really good wines and built up a reputation for making good Chenin Blanc.
Yes.
With their flagship Chenin Blanc, the Hope Marguerite, getting 5 stars on platter quite regularly.
All you need is hope, guys. All you need is hope.
That is very true. Also, Sebastian and the Beaumont Wine Estate were the first wine estate to actually bottle a single varietal Mourvedre, which we will hopefully taste in another video in a few weeks' time on that as well. Now, this Chenin Blanc 2020, most of the grapes are from the property itself in Beaumont, but they also bought in a little bit, about 16%, because 2020 was just after the droughts we've had.
The hectic drought we had in Cape Town.
Lower yields, smaller berries, also had a nice wet winter, luckily, so got good concentration of fruit, resulting in a beautiful wine. This wine goes into stainless steel, gets fermented in stainless steel tank as well as concrete tanks, so no oak in this wine. And then the two components once again get blended together and left on tank on the lees for a good 6 months. Now, lees contact, once again, we've spoken about this before, gives you beautiful, nice richness, mid palate, but it doesn't make the wine heavy. It's sort of, to me, it balances the acid out as well on that.
Definitely. Now, what would you pair this with?
Well, the wine is nice and light. It's got good acid. It's got quite a lot of yellow apple and pear fruit coming through. So immediately you can go towards something that has slight savory but also slightly sweeter tones. Maybe down the line of some Thai dishes. I can even think
That's what I was thinking. Like a spicy dish would be great.
spicy would be good, but even like something a little bit richer, like a bit of a pork belly or something. Just these fruit components in here to me would work quite well. But then again, never forget the old classic, the oysters, the mussels on that seafood cleaner side.
My favorite.
There's a beautiful minerality once again in the wine as well. So, from us here in Kwarantynwyn, I hope the guys there at Beaumont have a fantastic 2021 vintage.
Yes.
For those of you out there, buy some of the wine, try it out. If you don't like it, you can tell me, because I'll tell you you're wrong. And go
and
visit.
go to the vineyards, guys. Go to the vineyards.
They do have some self-catering cottages on there as well, and you can get some nice little platters and stuff from the tasting room. I know his wife Nikki runs Zest Catering, so you'll probably be in for a treat food-wise as well.
Absolutely.
I know Cyril is about to make another speech, so probably by the time you see that, he has done it. So hopefully you guys stock up before Friday, before Easter weekend. But enjoy the wines while you have them. Stay safe out there. Cheers.
Cheers.